iQOO 15 is almost here, but before it even launches in India, iQOO has already introduced Neo 11 in China. And that's interesting because this phone might shake things up in Indian mid-range smartphone market. So in this video, let's talk about iQOO Neo 11, how it stacks up against iQOO Neo 10, and more importantly, if it's actually worth upgrading to when it makes its way to India. Okay, so let's start with fun stuff. The Neo 10 was already a surprisingly powerful phone for its price. Snapdragon 8s Gen 4, 16 gigs of LPDDR5X RAM, and up to 512 GB UFS 4.1 storage. That's legit flagship tier performance for 32,000 rupees. It flew through everyday use, gaming was smooth, and thermal control was honestly impressive for the hardware it packed. Now, the Neo 11 basically looks to take that formula and dial it up. Instead of the Snapdragon 8s Gen 4, it's got the Snapdragon 8 Elite that powered nearly every Android flagship from late 2024 to mid 2025. So iQOO claims that the Neo 11 scored 3.54 million on AnTuTu, which is kind of insane considering most Snapdragon 8 Elite phones that we have tested hover around 2.7 million to 2.8 million mark. The phone also supports up to 16 GB of LPDDR5X Ultra RAM and 1 TB of UFS 4.1 storage. This time iQOO's thrown in their Q2 gaming chip for even better sustained performance and stability in longer sessions. The new Q2 gaming chip combined with frame interpolation should technically push gameplay up to 144 FPS on select titles, just like Neo 10. Add to that an 8000mm squared liquid cooling system and you're looking at a phone purpose built for extended gaming without throttling. iQOO even claims it can reduce temperatures by up to 15 degrees Celsius. So performance wise, the Neo 11 definitely wins on paper. It's newer, faster, cooler, and better optimized for gaming. Now the real world testing will show how much that actually translates because iQOO Neo 10 was already butter smooth for most users. Moving on to the display, this is where the iQOO has made most interesting upgrades. The Neo 10 already had a great screen for its price, a 6.78-inch AMOLED panel with a 1.5K resolution and a 144Hz refresh rate. Colors are vivid, blacks are deep, and the overall viewing experience felt far more premium than the price tag suggested. The Neo 11 takes that foundation and pushes it even further. You are now looking at a slightly larger 6.82-inch AMOLED display, still with that buttery smooth 144Hz refresh rate, but now upgraded to a QHD+ resolution. That means sharper text, crisper visuals, and better detail across the board. It's using a BOE Q10 Plus panel, which for some context is an upgrade over the Q10 display found in the OnePlus 13. That's a meaningful improvement, especially in color accuracy, contrast, and HDR tone mapping. iQOO hasn't confirmed the peak brightness yet, but there are two notable features. A 3200Hz touch sampling rate, which should make a real difference in gaming response times, and a 3D ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, a major upgrade over the optical scanner on the Neo 10. Other specs include Bluetooth 5.4, Wi-Fi 7, NFC, stereo speakers. Now, let's talk about design and build. The Neo 10 went with a solid, slightly heavy design that felt premium despite being plastic. It has that squawkle camera module, a polished frame, and a subtle matte finish that gives it a nice hand feel. The only major downside was the IP65 rating. Not bad, but not great either. The Neo 11 on the other hand fixes that, rated IP68 and IP69, meaning it's dust-proof and can handle both water splashes and high-pressure jets. But perhaps the biggest upgrade is that the iQOO Neo 11 finally gets a metal frame, a major step up from the plastic build on the Neo 10. Now, despite housing a massive 7500 mAh battery, it's just 8.05 mm thick, which is impressive engineering. Oh, and it comes in 4 colors, including one called Facing the Wind that changes color and light. That's kind of flair iQOO was missing last time around, but I'm here for it. On to battery and charging, the Neo 10 has a 7000 mAh battery with 120 watt fast charging, which is already crazy. It easily lasted a day and a half in our testing and charged from 0 to full in under 45 minutes. The Neo 11 bumps the capacity to 7500 mAh, which sounds even better, but the catch is that charging speed drops slightly to 100 watt. That's still fast, but you might notice a small difference. There's no wireless charging either, which would have been nicer given the rest of the spec sheet. Still, for a gaming phone, endurance is key, and the Neo 11 should comfortably outlast the Neo 10 in raw battery life. Now, Camera. The Neo 10's 50 megapixel Sony main sensor was genuinely good, not flagship good but consistent. It handled daylight shots well, maintained color balance and avoided overprocessing. The ultra-wide and front cameras were the weak points, with a bit of color shift and that odd reddish skin tone from the selfie cam. The Neo 11 sticks to a similar dual setup but upgrades the primary sensor to the Sony LYT700V. That's a more modern sensor with faster readout and even better HDR handling. There's also OIS on board and the same 8 megapixel ultra wide camera. So it's not a huge leap in versatility, but still expect better low light and motion shots. Finally, let's talk about software and pricing. The Neo 10 shipped with Android 15 and FunTouch OS 15. And let's be honest, FunTouch has never really been everyone's favorite Android skin. That's why I'm genuinely glad to see Origin OS 6 based on Android 16 coming to the Neo 11. I got the chance to test it briefly on iQOO 15 and I got to say, I'm impressed. The focus on smooth animations, translucent layers and snappy feedback finally gives iQOO's UI the level of refinement it's been missing. As for price, in China, the Neo 11 starts at roughly 30,000 rupees converted. Expect an Indian launch somewhere between 32,000 to 42,000 mark. That's where the iQOO Neo 10 sits today. So to wrap it up, Neo 10 is still an excellent buy. It's powerful, efficient and feels premium without the premium price. So if you're holding out for the Neo 11, you are getting a refined package, faster chip, sharper display, bigger battery and better water resistance. It's not a reinvention, but it's a smart evolutionary upgrade. So when the iQOO Neo 11 finally lands in India, probably sometime in May 2026, I have a feeling that it's going to make a lot of mid-range smartphones look a little too expensive.